Oh God, that's so pretty. Look at that. Can you see the difference we've got going there? Just kind of softened up that edge some. Ooh, look at what that did. Hi, I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to create a look with the Natasha Denona Mini Crush palette. This is what it looks like. I have used this palette a couple of times. I got this when it first released because it was limited edition. And it came with a cute little pink brush in like a little duo. But I put that somewhere in my travel brushes. So I don't have that here to show you right now. I guess I could have dug it out. Maybe I should have. So you can look at it in case you didn't know about it being a set that was released with a cute little matching brush. I think this is still available on her website. The last time I checked, which I think was September. In September, this was still available when I placed an order for a half a dozen or a few more than that mini palettes. So yeah, I'm gonna create a look. So let me get my eyes primed and we'll get started. All right. Let me give that a moment to set down so it doesn't crease. Okay. I have given my eye base just a second to sit down so it's not too tacky, but I didn't put it on thick enough to where it was super tacky. And I'm starting off with the Rephr 01. Okay, I had to figure out what I caught that. Oh my God, that literally flipped up out of my hands and into, like up out of my hands into the air and back down into my hand because I caught it. And I caught it just like this. Here we go. I'm going to get started with this really pretty mid-tone pink. It's going to be like deeper than what it looks like in the palette, but I'm going to put that in my crease. Oh God, that's so pretty. Look at that like raspberry pink. Do you see that? I don't know why this palette got so much hate, as if it was like not beautiful. A lot of people talked a lot of trash about this little palette when it came out last Valentine's Day, basically saying things like, we didn't need it. It's so similar to the Mini Love, which I disagree. Let me pull that out and show you. That's my dog trying to breathe in the background. I'm sorry. He likes to be near me, so he's in most of my videos making snorts. Okay, here's the two palettes. Oh, hold on. What am I doing here? Here's the two palettes. Okay. I think they complement each other nicely or stand apart completely. And they provide two different vibes. Like this, the light shade in the Mini Love is a shimmer. One of my favorite shimmers, as a matter of fact. But like for my inner corner, my absolute, one of my favorite inner corners of Natasha Denona of all time is in this little palette right here. And this one is a matte, and it's darker, you see? So they're very different in my opinion, and I'm super happy to have them both. I love them both for different reasons. I get different looks out of them. And I'll be posting one of these in an upcoming michellemas video. If you didn't know, this particular video is going up as part of michellemas. This is michellemas 2022. And it's my very first time to do my take on a vlogmas for my channel, which I'm basically going to be doing daily uploads. And I'm going to use this opportunity to go through my mini Natasha Denona palettes and then a bunch of my other mini palettes if I need more filming content. Like if I run out of palettes of hers to feature. All right, here. God, I love this color so much. It's so pretty. I think it's just so beautiful. I'm going to build it up a little bit more because I kind of blended it out and softened up the pigment just a little bit when I did that. I like my crease to be really punchy, okay, because it helps to make my eyelids look larger. All right. let's see. Next, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of that shade on a pencil brush, and I am using natural haired brushes so that I can get the most payoff and the most amount of pigment. I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade, that same one, and I'm just going to start working on the lower lash line in bits as I'm here. Okay, what am I doing here? On the front, I'm going to do that. Okay. One of my favorite channels to watch. She's a really, really small channel, but I love her so much. I love her vibe so much. I love her videos. I do wish she would upload more often because I love her content. But, you know, I get it. She's a mom, you know, she's a wife. She's a grown-ass woman like me. And, you know, it's hard to upload. Anyway, I love her content, and I was watching her video the other day, and she mentioned, she was like, comment down below and let me know if you can do your lower lash line without opening your mouth. She says, if you are, I want to know your trick because I can't do it. Sometimes I can do it, but like I have to concentrate really hard for that, and I don't normally do that. Okay, so now I'm going to take this same brush and go into the deepest shade in the palette. And I'm going to go down to this outer edge and just meet it up to where I have that other color happening. Don't worry, we're going to get things blended out and stuff. I'm just placing my shades where I want them. That right there, let me see that I don't have this other crease going out as far as the other one. Okay. Don't worry, I am going to still blend out the top with the lightest shade some once I get to that point. And I'm just going in with more of that deeper color to kind of finish out that top a little bit. Wish I had a few more clean brushes so that I could get a little bit more blending done accurately without having to sacrifice a much needed brush, but I'm gonna have to. Now I'm gonna take the same brush that I used just to blend out that edge a little bit, and I'm gonna go into the deepest shade that I've been working in just now. And I'm gonna just kind of take that up here, create a little bit more of like a fluffy V effect of it, like a blended out V. Hardly, like I'm not really trying to punch up that pigment right there. Just want to deepen up the corner a little bit, but I want to keep like that visible kind of deep line from the bottom going up. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going here, but I'm just doing something. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, now let me go ahead and start blending out that top edge because it's bugging me to see it like that. Okay, I'm going to take this, I think it's a Worker. It's a Worker 3 from Sonia G. I got this in my Beautylish bag earlier this year, and I was so excited because when I ordered that Beautylish bag, I really just wanted a Sonia G brush. It's like, put a brush in there and I'm be happy with whatever you stick in the bag, okay? So I was really fortunate though. I got a really good bag, I think, and I was really, really happy to get this and not the Units synthetic set. I digress. Let me pick this up. This lightest shade, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this lightest shade with this brush. Whew. This light matte is powdery, okay? So tap that off, but it's really beautiful. I'm going to start off by taking it here in the inner corner. Okay. just to kind of meet it up to where I have this other shade. Why have I started making this like angular point here at the front of my eye? I don't really know, but I've been making this like really straight line right there lately. I don't know what's up with that or where it came from, but yeah, it's just kind of been what I've been doing lately. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the same color on this brush. Now I'm going to just use that to blend out this top edge really, really carefully. Just a little bit. I don't want to like lighten the other color too much, so I just want to soften up this little harsh line a little bit. Can you see that? Okay. Can you see the difference we've got going there? Just kind of softened up that edge some. I'm gonna do that on the other eye. Ooh. Ooh, that's really, really pretty. Can you kind of see how now I've faded the three colors into each other, but you can still see them distinctly by the way I placed them. I didn't completely blend them into each other to where they just turn all into one color, which I heard a lot of people complaining that the looks that they did with this palette all seemed to morph into a similar shade all over the lid. And I feel like that's their blending techniques. It was just a little over blended. So this is how I get the distinction in the colors for my looks with this palette, because I haven't experienced a blending of all of the shades to where it kind of becomes one color. But that's because, I think it's because of my techniques. I don't just like blend everything to an abyss like everybody else does. Which, of course, if you're like super, super blending everything out, of course, these like reddish pink tones are all going to look the same, you know? So like I do more like placement and then just a little bit of blending into each other, just a little bit, so that it doesn't look so pasted, like placed on cut and paste kind of a color placement. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I hope I am. But like the edges just blur enough to where you can see that the colors are kind of blending into each other to where it's not like a harsh line, but you can still appreciate a distinction between the three different shades that I've placed. Okay, those are the three mattes. Those are the three different mattes in this palette, and I can see a distinction. Not only in person, but even on the monitor. So I'm gonna have to check and see how visible it is in the actual editing playback. But right now for me here in person and up on the monitor screen, I can see a difference. So I love this palette. I haven't had any problems with it. All right, and now, quite frankly, I am going to leave most of my lid light like this with the MAC paint pot as my highlighting shade of my eyelid, but I am going to apply just a little bit. Let me see what I have left clean to play with. All right, well, this isn't my favorite shimmer brush, but it's gonna have to work. Maybe I could do this one. I feel like that's gonna be way too big. Let's try it. Let's just see what happens, because I use this one a lot, and I don't know, I used to like it, but I don't like it so much anymore. I like it more for creamier shades. I'm gonna try this one. This is the Builder, is it? Worker. This is the Worker in the Lotus set. I'm not even sure if this is available anymore. I'm still holding this pencil because I'm not done with it. Why is it in my hand? Okay, I am gonna spray this brush, but we're gonna go into the shimmer. I'm not gonna load up the edge. I'm gonna load up the tip, just the tip. Okay, and just for fun, let's see what it does dry. I'm just gonna put this back here on the back half of the lid. Ooh, do you see how pretty that is? It's a super subtle sparkle. That actually would be really pretty all over the lid, but I really like my lid to be lighter so that it makes my eyes look bigger because I have really small eyes. Okay, so there it is dry. Let's go ahead and wet the brush so that you can see how this shade can sparkle. Ooh. Oh gosh. I'm so tempted to just put that all over the lid, but I'm going to stick with the look that I have. Okay, there it is. Can you see it like more sparkly now? It's certainly sparkling a lot more in person now that it's wet. It's like really, really bright pink and shimmery. It's so pretty. Gosh, can you see that? Okay, I'm gonna do that to the other side. Ooh, that is so pretty. I really love this palette so much. But like, you have to like pink shadow. You know, you have to like pink eyeshadow to enjoy this palette, in my opinion. Okay, we are not done, but we're almost done. Here's where we're at so far. You could put this shimmery pink all over the lid, and actually, I'm going to do that on one eye so that you can see. No, because I want it to look pretty, and I've got to wear it all day. And I don't want it to be completely monochromatic because I do like the brightness that gives. But I'm going to go ahead, just for the sake of you seeing the shimmer, and for everybody else that I encounter today to see the shimmer, I'm going to go ahead and just put it all the way across the lid. Okay, we're going to make a full-on pink look. I should have sprayed that because the brush already dried off. Ooh, oh my God. Yeah, that's what I really needed to see right there. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Ooh, look at that. Like, I don't know if the camera is capturing the pretty, it's like celestial looking. It's like a celestial pink sparkle. Yeah, like to me, this is a Barbie eyelid. This is a Barbie pink sparkle eyelid, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so for this brush and this particular shade, swiping it makes it more impactful. Wow. I can't stop applying it. I love to see it go on. All right, that's it. Put that brush down the shelf. Now I'm going to take one of my favorite rougher brushes, which is this little 29, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to go into that same pink sparkle. Maybe I should use glitter glue right here so it doesn't end up in my eye. No, I'm not going to use this brush. I'm going to do something different. I don't want glitter by my eye. So I'm going to take this matte on the edge of this little shader. And I'm just going to brighten up this edge down here and meet it to that mid-tone shimmer that we first placed down. There. That's it. That's the look. I really like it. I think it turned out really pretty. Let me finish the look off with some mascara and eyeliner, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look. I don't want to distract from that look too much, so I'm going to use my KVD brown liner, and I'm going to put the teeniest, tiniest wing because I really want the shadow wing that I created to be what stands out. I just want to accentuate my lashes a little bit so that my eyes will stand out. That was hard. It is so much harder for me to not do a wing and make my eyes look decent than to do a wing. Just because doing a wing is second nature for me. I've been doing them since I was 12. A huge cat eye wing. Of course, at the age of 12, I was lying and saying that I was 18, dating young law students. That's a story for another time. Talk about mini crush. I was the mini crush. I was the mini, and he had a huge crush on me, okay? Anyway, all right, let me do the mascara. I think I'm going to go in with the Benefit They're Real. I don't really like this mascara very much. The first day that I wore it, it flaked off, but when I use it on top of the Bad Gal Bang, I like it a lot. I just don't want Bad Gal Bang to distract from the eyeshadow, so I just want a nice little accentuation of my lashes, but I don't want them to look super spidery or distracting. Probably should have curled my lashes too, because my freaking lashes are sticking straight out right now. Like, they're bored straight right now. I'm not sure I've ever seen them this straight. I don't know how I was sleeping that they're facing all funky, but yeah, here we are. So here's the finished look with the Natasha Denona Mini Crush. I really like it. I love this palette. I don't know why it got such a bad rap. I think this is a beautiful pink palette from Natasha Denona. I think it stands apart from the Mini Love. I think it stands apart from the Big Love. Let's compare it real quick to some of the midi palettes. It's been 3 days since I dusted, okay? I live in the dust capital of the world. I fucking hate it. I wish I could move somewhere else. But I love my house. And my son loves his school. So I ain't going nowhere for a while. Okay. That was a chore. Okay. Let's compare the Mini Crush to the Midi Love palette. All right. So right here is where I actually see some similarities. Okay. If you can see kind of that matte that I've got lined up next to each other. All right. And then this matte right there, they almost coordinate with each other a little bit. And then these shimmers almost resemble each other, but they're a little bit different in the texture and the sparkly amount of them. So they're not quite, maybe that one and that one is almost the same, but you can see that the undertones are a slight bit different. So although they're very similar, they're not exactly the same, and they're very complementary in my opinion. And then the mattes, you can see, have a slight different undertone and depth as well. Okay, and I think that's a shimmer up there. Yeah, that's a shimmer up there. So that shimmer would go really good with this matte, but although they look kind of the same color, they're different formulas, they're different textures, and they provide different effects. So I think these two palettes go really nicely together, just like, oh man, this is gonna get tricky. Fuck. Okay. All right. Okay, see? This right here is gonna be my thumbnail. Anyway, so in my opinion, these palettes all look very different from each other. They have color stories that all go well together. So I personally am very happy to have all three. I love all three for different reasons. I get different effects from them, and you can combine them really nicely to create different looks than you could if you would have had just one or the other. So in my collection, they all serve their purpose, and I'm really happy to have them. I think they were wonderful releases. Now, let's take a peek at the retro. Okay. Again, I feel like they would pair nicely together, but they're not the same. Even the deep mattes are slightly different, okay? And the mid-tone mattes as well. These go nicely together, but they're not the same. Even the shimmers. This pink shimmer in here is actually deeper than any of the pink shimmers in here. So, yeah. I love this palette. It looks like I did scratch into the edge a little bit right there. So just so that that doesn't bother me, let me get my brush and soften up that line a little bit, because seeing my nail mark in there is going to piss me off. There. We'll just put that here. Okay. Ooh, look at what that did. All right. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so here's the final look that I created today with the Natasha Denona Mini Crush palette. Let me know what you think down below. This is actually slightly different from the first look that I created with this palette. So although this color story seems like it's very limited and monochromatic, which it is pretty monochromatic, if you're going to get a pink eye look out of this, okay? I mean, there's no way around it. You're going to end up with a pink eye look. So if you don't like pink shadows, this is not for you. But if you like pink shadows, whether you have the Mini Love palette or not, whether you have the MIDI Love palette or not, whether you have the MIDI Retro palette or not, whether you have the Mini Love palette or not, this palette could still add something different to your collection. It adds something different to my collection, and I'm happy to have it. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the look that I created down below in the comment section. I look forward to chatting with you down there. Let me know what your thoughts on this palette are. Even if they're negative, like, it's fine. Let's discuss it. It's okay for us to have differing opinions and still be friends. Let's just, you know, keep it classy, which I know you will, of course. So anyway, yeah. I hope you liked the look that I created, and I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to click the thumbs up button. It really does help my channel out so much. And don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out again and you can catch my future uploads, which this December, it's michellemas, and that means más Michelle, which is Spanish for more Michelle, all month long. So be sure to subscribe if you want to catch my uploads, which will be coming frequently this month. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you down below. Be sure to subscribe so we can hang out again, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!